Now, FRIGHT KREWE is probably the most underrated show that DreamWorks ever made. It's one of those, it's just really well handled, even though it's very low budget. It is low budget. You have moments that you're just wondering why they line that way, or they don't have that good character design that just chose that specific character. Like, you can do better. It's one of those things you're just wondering why they make certain choices of some of the arts, but it's sort of obvious because probably they don't have the budget or time. Maybe the main reason why they just couldn't polish sort of things. But even that said, the show is just surprisingly well handled. So well handled is that it has so many characters. You know them all. I mean, you have 5 characters. Even that 5 characters have supporting characters. Even that supporting characters have other supporting characters. And it just feel overbloated, but it doesn't. And that's the shocking part. It's just so well handled. It's sort of shocking how this team of writers pulled it off, especially in season 2, because season 2 is a surprise. Of course, this is the first time on my channel. My name is Red Show. I like to talk about animation. That's just animation reviews, first impressions, cartoon theories, and sometimes, if I have some spare time, cartoon breaking news. And today we'll talk about season 2 of FRIGHT KREWE. And this season 2 is not disappointing. It's everything you wanted on season 1, but so much better, more hair, more bigger scales. It just works. I think one of the biggest shocking things is the fact Valiant himself. Who is he? Why he doing things? And how dangerous Valiant could be? Because a great villain doesn't really say it's a great show, and this show does it so well. It's one of those, like, it understands you just don't need a villain. You need drama. You need pain. You need to understand the characters, especially how some characters die in the series. One of the big examples, the mayor, that he dies, but his son get affected. Even that his son knows something is off, but he's not really pretty sure. To the last minute, her girlfriend told them what's going on, what his father's doing, and you just feel his pain. Even that, I felt that sort of scene was sort of rushed a little bit on season 1. Season 2 continue on, basically watching this character sort of develop, understanding his father wasn't a good man. Even that you understand what the mayor did, that sort of he wanted to basically have a war about werewolves or vampires. Even that he asked them to help to save his wife, but he has a good reason why the 2 different clans didn't want to help, because it was too risky. Too risky to show who they are in their own town, because they'll be harassed. And that itself, it's sort of interesting how the mayor wanted them dead. It just, you kind of get what he is so angry, but at the same time he doesn't understand the full scope of the situation. And now live to his son, understanding the sense of the father, wondering maybe he should, maybe she shouldn't care about these people or not. It's sort of reserved at the very beginning, because when you have a parent died, or even just a parent, someone who actually passed away, you don't know how to feel. And that is one of the most interesting things about this series. About the son's mayor not sure what to do, at least a part of it. You also find out more what is Benyon, that he is sort of a person who wears human skin, but this human skin is related to one of the main leads of the character, also explaining that Soul is the connection to Benyon, because she's the reason why Benny escaped. It's the fact it's accidental, but her blood was not. It's almost saying was destined she to actually reawake him to let his uncle, I guess, I'm not sure the bloodline ranking, I don't know if it's uncle or grandfather, that he is still alive in Bellion, and telling her do not do the same mistake as him. But I even love it. You get to get more understand Soul's character even more. That she is sort of not caring what people says, but season 2 kind of slips certain things what she means. Like, I don't care, but she does care. And that's the reason why she getting more into horror, not being scared, because she's have the sort of a shield trying not to let the shield crack, but it is cracking. And that's the thing is sort of interesting. And Baryon, the evil villain, sees this and attempted to eliminate her. And this is the kicker. This is the thing what makes this series so interesting. He cannot force her to be evil. She cannot manipulate her. She cannot brainwash her. The only thing she can, Baryon can do, is convince her to become him, to let her use her, because very end is the permission. Bella cannot force becoming evil, and that's sort of interesting. That's what it makes beyond Bella so interesting as a villain, that he has certain rules he has to follow. He can't possess people just because. It's just rule and regulations he have sort of listened. But of course, some rules you can actually bend or do other things. On top of all this, Belian is not the only evil demon or wizard or whatever creature you can think of. There are other evil creatures around him. Some of them that Belian is actually scared of, that he knows maybe he can take him on, maybe not. In fact, there's a specific episode he actually faced like a witch. I don't remember what her name was, but she's sort of a very powerful sort of witch that she steals people's youth. She can actually regenerate, but she's so strong and powerful. Bella couldn't actually take her. It was almost like a surprise out of nowhere because it was never planned. It just sort of shows up there because it sort of connected what happened to Berian, who sent a demon to attack the other kids. But this demon went to a different direction and accidentally kind of alert the witch that Belian is alive and doing harvested things. Now she's interesting because Belian could be a very interesting type of experiment for her to extend her life. And that would make it so interesting because Belian has to be very careful what he does, especially how much he's just building things up that we as the audience don't know. And that's just sort of interesting because you make Belian the main evil villain more interesting. He's still evil. It's a fact. I love it more that he convinces you, oh yeah, you are beating me. Of course, you're the one who tricked the contract when I made. I did not saw this flaw. And yet, he wants you to think you are winning. He just eliminated the game the very beginning. And that is sort of hard to do because it's almost say, oh yeah, I seen this the very beginning because this and that. It feels, if people do that, certain specific characters, it feels almost made up on the spot, never really builds. With Belian, it's the opposite. That you feel he is eliminating everyone. He is playing the long game and he is patient. But I love it. The reason why he became who he is sort of the portrayal the people who his own friends did to him. Like his own colleagues that, oh, I may help you, but then instead they attempted to kill him, left him for dead. Now he wants vengeance. And what he became for vengeance is because of what his friends did to him. And that's sort of pattern what happens of all the series. Each character relationship sort of reflects Belian's struggles. And that's make it so fascinating because he also became sort of kind of like the X-Men, how they deal with their own racial tension by using vampires and werewolves. Even that they're trying to not to reveal themselves, they have to for certain specific reasons. And one of the reasons is one of the characters became a werewolf, but now she's sort of okay with it, but because she kind of pushed the shove, when her bullies just keep pushing her, she became a werewolf. Because of that, have other effects of other different werewolves and vampires, other demons now have to deal with her sort of transformation. It's just sort of so well connected to everything. One little thing one character does affect other characters also. And I don't mean relationships, other things like the process of being a werewolf, being a vampire, how they trust human society. Should we trust the werewolves or not? Once more, sort of allegory but racism, but yet this is going much deeper on that. They're trying to become as one as the community. Once again, it's an allegory, but done so well because they sort of need each other to survive. If they don't, It'll be pure chaos. And that's what Banyan wants, because that's what he feeds him to complete his vengeance, to see this town right what they did to him. It's everything is just so well connected. Even that is sort of cheesy. It really is cheesy, but it just does it so well. There are moments that they have arguments that that shouldn't go that direction. It should be even worse, but not each argument goes that dark, because it sort of makes sense because the relationship of each character. One of the big examples is the relationship of the mayor son and one of the kids. They have this sort of, oh, I love you, but you don't know this is puppy love, this is arrogance, or true love. And they do show they actually do care each other. You are invested of this relationship. You need to be good. You need to make it work out because I'm invested so well. And that shows you how well written this series really is. On top of this, you just care about each single character. You care about one of the character becoming a vampire because he had to protect his own brother, but his own brother doesn't want to turn him to the vampire, but it's too late. Even that, it sort of feels you're not you even that it doesn't show as much, but you understand the character just enough why he doesn't want to hang out with his brother anymore. Even he turned into the vampire because of him. That you felt the relationship, and that is well written. It just really is. It's especially the main villain, the relationship with Soul, relationship with everything, it just clicks so well, just blows my mind. Hopefully they do have a season 3 or something like that, because not a lot of people talk about this series because it's not as well promoted or well known. A fact you never heard of this series or not, because it's sort of shocking how they're getting a season 2. Hopefully they do get season 3, because season 2 did get 10 episodes. You know the series is about to be cancelled. They cut off the limited episode they actually have, because they have sort of and had to accomplish their own contract, whatever company they have to work with. Luckily, this season 2 will be popular enough to get season 3, but other than that, this season was impressive. Like everything building up, the realization werewolves and vampires exist. Now the community had to deal with it to accept it actually is true. Deal with Soul realizing could be his great great uncle who is Benion's, in how she was deal with that. And dealing little things like really emotional character development is just shocking. That's what I'm trying to say with this whole review. It's just so well written, paced, even that it have some moments that's sort of comical, but the comical moments does not ruin the drama. And that's sort of hard to do. Everything they did is just almost a miracle. It just applaud the team who made this series, because they understood that. They took their time, they took some risk, and it paid off. In fact, how you felt about this series? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Tell me down below. Let me know. I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.